The last time we got this out to fly it, we had one quick flight and you guys wanted more. So we're back with this jet, assuming I don't crash it into 1,000 pieces because it does fly over 100 miles an hour. We'll get 2 flights in on this video. So kick back, relax, get some adrenaline pumping. Hold on.
Relaxing and adrenaline don't go together.
I realize that. I just know. But that's what that truly is what this airplane is. It's a relaxing, adrenaline pumping plane. So you know what? Let's do that. Let's fly. When this airplane is sitting on the asphalt like that, it just makes me smile because if you didn't know any better, that looks real. All right, let's go. The cross breeze is awful. Absolutely awful, but the steering helped. I was able to steer through it. So on this next pass, we'll put that landing gear up for you guys to enjoy. You making sure the mic is on there, Abby?
I was.
Okay, try to go nice and slow so we can get a clear shot of this. Oh, beautiful. I love this jet. It is just amazing. It's so good looking and flies just like a dart. It is very predictable. And it also is capable of doing some really nice stunts too. So here's a nice full throttle pass. Flew a little higher than I wanted to on that pass because I felt the wind gusts pick up. So I didn't want to fly too low and this thing end up like the Viper 90. Who else watched that crash? I should have done that a little sooner. Let's do a right-handed bank out here. Come in and do kind of like a figure 8 pattern. Come in this way at a cross angle. And then we'll bring it in like that. We almost never do that pattern here. I know that's not very significant for most people, but it's a big change when you change up your pattern a little bit. Okay, let's do this. Awesome, a little low. Okay, now what we're gonna do is climb on this next pass and do a sweet snap roll. Are you ready, Abby? Mm-hmm. This is gonna be so cool. I love snap rolling this thing. So nice low pass, into a climb, into a snap. Here we go, boom! Ah! Could you imagine being that pilot?
Nope.
No, who would want to? And then we'll come out of that into a roll. Boom, roll left. And then I think we did this on that last flight. We'll just do a nice loop again, but turning it into a Cuban 8, which if you guys don't know, looks like an infinity sign. So tell me, did my Cuban 8 look good? Did it look like an actual infinity sign? Boy, that was far away, wasn't it? Let's get this thing in a little bit closer. Now, if you guys hear me throwing a switch through this flight, that's me turning on and off safe. Yes, I use it on and off throughout flights, depending on what I want to do. Do you want your airplane to go home with you or not? And some guys hate that, but you know what? I'm out here enjoying the hobby, getting some fresh air, and even promoting the hobby. So I love having safe at my fingertips. Okay, let's go into a snap roll on this side, Abby. We're gonna climb it up. You know what, no snap. Let's roll it halfway around and then bring it outside with that kind of like a loop.
Why don't you snap it in front of us for once?
Like this, like
right
this
here.
Angle.
I don't know if that was a snap.
It wasn't. It didn't turn out the way I wanted it to.
It just kept going forward.
Okay, so you want to snap right in front of us.
Yeah, instead of on the right or left, or in front of us.
Right.
So climb right in front of us,
Okay.
basically.
Let's do it. Here we go. I'm nervous. Doing something different.
Up,
Climb up. And snap. Ow! Okay, now I'm going to pull up out of that. And Abby, let's go ahead and get ready for a landing, okay?
Where'd you go?
Oh,
There you
okay,
are.
I see. Yeah, we're hearing an airplane. We just like to be aware of that. And it is definitely just a passerby. But it caught both of our attentions. That's why I was ready to land. So let's put that landing gear down. And just in case they're circling around and want to get closer. Oh, look at that sunset out there, Abby. It's looking beautiful. Wow. Okay. Bringing it in.
Wait, you didn't check your landing gear?
Yes,
oh
I
my
did.
gosh.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Oh, right in front of us now?
Oh,
no, I've
the
never done
bird!
that on this.
The bird!
Oh,
The
that cross
bird!
breeze lifted that wing up.
Oh, ouch.
Now, to those of you that are in the know, that first battery was 3,200 milliamps. This is 4,000 milliamps. we should be able to get a slightly longer flight time with that. That's actually, we definitely can get a slightly longer flight time with that. And you know what? I'm gonna blame that rough landing on that airplane flying by. It was totally a distraction, and I don't think I've ever done that on this plane before. With like 300 flights in. Here we go. Nice smooth takeoff.
That was.
Very nice. Yeah, I was a little distracted. It was a loud airplane. He didn't even get that close, but it really caught us off guard. So no matter where you're flying, you always want to listen for real helicopters or airplanes flying in. Landing gear up. Knock on wood, I've never had an issue with this landing gear. It's been extremely robust and durable. Sometimes with foam air. Oh, look at that cool, look above the jet, Abby. Look above that jet. Look at that rainbow in the clouds. I just flew through it. I'm going to circle around and go through it again. That is beautiful. What kind of rainbow is that?
That's pretty
wow. Cool. Wow, thank you God, that is beautiful. I'm flying through it again. That's amazing. That's like just a little spot in the sky rainbow. And then there's some geese flying below me and the beautiful sunset over there. Now there's that airplane. He's throttled down, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to land really quickly. Here's my landing gear.
He hasn't radioed, so that's all I can say.
Yeah, okay, let's get ready for landing, guys. Here we go. You ready, Abby?
Yep.
And here we are in 3, 2, 1. We're just basically going to bring it right in this way. Zero throttle it right here. Bleed off some speed.
Oh. Okay.
I'll take it. And I've got to get off the runway here, guys.
That rainbow looks awesome now. Look at that. Beautiful day.
Okay, we're clear for takeoff. We should have a good couple minutes left, and I'm glad we landed when we did. We'll talk about that while we're flying. Oh yeah. Oh, every time, guys. I mean, every time. Just so awesome. So yes, people ask us regularly, you know, do RCs fly here and full scale? And the answer is yes. AMA has, I've asked them on the phone, and it's actually very common nationwide for people to fly their RCs at small full scale airports. Obviously, you have to have permission to do this and know exactly what you're doing. We keep a radio on us. We know when pilots are coming in, and it's an absolute test of responsibility both for us and for the full-scale pilots. When you're doing something like this, you just have to be, it's like when you're driving a car and the speed limit's 35 and then it goes to 45. You pay attention, right? There are rules that you have to follow and guidelines to keep everybody safe, and that's why we like, you know, having AMA and being safe pilots, because through the practice of safety, we get to enjoy really nice treats like this airplane at this location. And it's so awesome. So people ask, you know, how do I get to fly somewhere like you guys do and really just get to know people that are in charge, where you're interested in flying? Most commonly, I'd say you're probably not going to get to fly there, but if it's a small farm field or something like that, then you might get to. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with what we're doing. Actually, I see people fly their RC planes off of roads. There's nothing wrong with that. You just got to be, I don't know, actually. There might be something wrong with that. I don't fly off of roads. You just have to be responsible. No matter what you're doing, no matter if you're fishing, there's responsibilities to that hobby, there's responsibilities to this hobby, but you better believe this is one of the most fun hobbies in the world, as long as you're just a little aware of what you're doing, how you're flying, how you're representing both yourself and the hobby, and you can really take it up a notch and have an awesome time doing insane things. Abby, what's my flight time?
2:15.
Okay, so I definitely need to put that landing gear down. 1, 2, 3. We'll bring it in for a landing. This has been an awesome couple of flights. I'm so glad we got to have that experience too and talk to you guys. Now, you know, they've got to do things like radio in, and when they're 4 or 5 miles out from the airport, you have a quick little radio so we know they're coming. And not everybody does that. You know what? Let's go around one more time. Go a little fast. And I would be, no matter what I'm flying, whether it's this or $1,000 RC or whatever, if someone popped up out of the blue and they were not supposed to be there because they didn't radio in, I would nose my RC hard into the ground to ever avoid any type of accidents. But that's almost never the case. Everybody's always very responsible and respectful of each other's time and space. And so just think about that. Just be safe and responsible, and you can really have a good time in this hobby. Okay, easy on the throttle. This cross breeze has been giving me a challenge today, but you know what? I mean, normally they're butter every single time. That first landing was pretty embarrassing, but yeah, I was distracted and had a strong cross breeze, and you're going to get that sometimes. So even something I've flown, I think really close to 300 times, you know, I'm going to have a wingtip tip over like that on a landing. Hopefully that answered some of your all's questions about like where we fly and how we fly. And to be honest, if you have specific questions in the comments, I'm probably not going to be able to answer them because it's going to be very situational on where you fly. Even on the day of the week, that can be very depending on like how, you know, flying conditions. So I would suggest that you find an AMA sanctioned flying location to fly, especially if you're new and you don't know the rules and the lingo. There's not a lot of rules to keep you from flying, trust me. There's very few rules that you really have to pay that close attention to, but you do want to be safe while you're flying. I mean, this does go over 100 miles an hour. It is foam. If it hit me at 100 miles an hour, other than the plastic, it probably would hurt less than like my brother punching me when I was growing up. You know, a knuckle punch hurts pretty bad. So, but you still want to be safe. And I encourage strongly that you fly safely. And I mentioned it a couple times in this video, but we'll have AMA linked in the description box below. If you want to know how to fly safe, they have rules and guidelines to keep you safe, and you're going to be insured if you're a member. So I highly recommend that you check them out. I really just intended this video to be a let's fly 2 packs through it, but it ended up with an airplane getting in a bit close and stuff. And I know people have had questions about it. So
he was not close.
He really wasn't that close.
We had like 4 minutes after you landed.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So but you know, we are extremely cautious. So we, as soon as we hear an engine, if we're not confident about the direction of the airplane or whatever, we'll land and just wait and then fly again. So it's always good to be better safe than sorry, right? This is an amazing airplane. If you don't have one and you have a fleet of airplanes, take my word, it's just one that deserves to be in your fleet. It's super fun. Grass ops are amazing on it. We used to fly it off of grass and land on grass. It takes a little longer to take off than on this asphalt. It does take a while to take off and land because there are no flaps. But other than that, it's absolutely a joy to fly every time I get this thing out. If you're interested in flying and you don't own an airplane yet, we'll have a beginner airplane linked down there too for you, so be sure to check that out. And I thank God for this awesome, beautiful, safe day of flying RC planes. Absolutely a treat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And a massive thanks to our Patreon supporters for having our backs for years and years and years, keeping this free content coming to the RC world. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye.